Thank you. Welcome everyone to today's live, and I think today we have to go through some dollar pairs. That would be, I think, very exciting for you. And another thing for you to notice here that I'm going to go through what I wanted you to have done for this past week. I don't know if you have watched my analysis on Sunday that I posted, but I'm going to go through that in the beginning, just very quickly, going through some seasonality, because I think that is maybe not something that's talked about so much in the market so far. So, really, yeah. And hello, Anne Fernandez. Very much welcome. So what I wanted you guys to do this week, or at least for my plan, and what I would have done if I was in your shoes, I would definitely have been looking for this support, even though, yes, it's a range. Well, we all know that. And yes, it can go down here and still be a range bound. But this is the price we kind of got on Monday. And we got a higher high, higher low, and we got a higher high, higher low. And, you know, from there, we are supposed to go higher. And after that, it's kind of higher highs and higher lows. So if you are a buyer of dollar, this was kind of your price. But also, what else I want to say to you that, why are you selling? Why are you going to sell this one? Is this a sellable trade? I have seen people sell this one, and I'm wondering, should you? And you well, I don't know, it's all up to you, but I haven't done that. So hello, Alex. Hello, John. A couple of minutes early. Yeah, I know. Grab a coffee and let's go. So I already have some buying opportunities down here at 77, 50, 50, 60 area here. A bit late on that one. I know Gilch's chart, it wasn't as great as I wanted to, but it was at least what the plan was. Following the plan, I gave myself 1 point. Woo! Because I followed the strategy, I followed what I wanted to do, my plan, and therefore, if the plan failed, if the market fell, I would still have got my 1 point. It doesn't really matter what the money is. If I just follow my process every single time, that is how I'm getting myself points and rewards and cookies and cakes. Trading from the Philippines, very much welcome. And see, hello, Ivan. Well, nice to have you here today. The other thing here is, so we are great in Aussie, and I know Nick wants us to go higher, high, higher, low on this one before, like we need to break this one or this one. Can't remember which level it is. I agree. But I would also agree to myself that this level here is the best price in a bullish market as far as, and if it breaks lower, then it is turning towards bearishness. And therefore, that was like the last fort for sellers and not for buyers. And coming into the euro, of course, I hope you are in some kind of buys down here or some kind of here. I don't know which one you took, but that was at least the plan for this week. Bought it down here. I hope you did that too. Hope you are making tons of profits every single day, left and right, you know. And if you didn't, and if you don't, please listen up right now. This is support. Where did Monday start? Monday started somewhere in this area. Where is that? It's support. If it went lower, this is no period points, straight price action. If it went lower, then we're talking maybe a plan B or weakness or something. If I am to add the period points to these levels, I would then say, okay, this is the buy zone. And yes, sure, it was the buy zone. It was the entire buy zone I just pointed out for you. And if it then went lower at around 2150, that would totally make no sense to be buying that either. So I hope that you saw that opportunity, not because we're supposed to be buying every single day and we're the best, but this is your opportunity. Good morning, Raul. Good morning, Ahmad. Is pound dollar a good buy? We'll look into that. So I'm just updating you of where I would like you to have been. And you should be then, what is it now? What is it now in Aussie? Aussie, you should be somewhere around 20, 30 pips in profit, depending on your entry. Somewhere around 50 pips from euro. Coming into pound. Oh, I don't like that. I don't. Well, it's kind of the same thing as euro. We have the support here. I don't want it to break it. I already have an entry quite poorly at the moment up here. Risks is very little, so I don't really care about it. But is this a good buy? I don't know. It's definitely a range, definitely something that it's not rising at the moment, of course. So for me, is that something where we should be? Is that a good trading condition? Is that where we are flourishing and making tons every single time? This is where our game plans are? No. We would like an uptrend. We would like a higher high. We would like a higher low. Currently, you don't have a higher high on two attempts. This is number one. This is number two. So is that something you should then be worried about? Sure. Doesn't make a lower low. That is definitely no longer a go zone anymore. You can leave the market and you can be adios. But currently, you're still in it. You're still well. You're still happy. You're still where you want things to be. What is your target? Does everyone see a blur screen? I'm sorry if my screen is blurry. I don't hope that. But also, your internet provider is also dependent on your internet connection is also dependent on your internet connection. So that might make your screen blurry sometimes. But check the settings on your screen. Target for euro, I think it's 123 at the moment. Yeah. Another thing that I want to go into is my secret in trading kind of a thing. Secrets. We all have secrets, It's all been told before. But seasonality. I want everyone to answer this question. Do you have if you have been trading for so long as January this year, which is 5 months now, did you have a plan for January 2021? And did you, if you then traded euro dollar or dollar pairs, give or take, did you sell euro or did you buy euro around January? I would like an answer there. Just thank you. So yeah, did you buy euro around January or did you sell euro around January? While you give me the answer to that one, I'm going to give you some kind of introduction to seasonality. My analysis or my strategy also depends on trying to identify patterns or cycles that happens regularly or every year at a specific time of the year and a specific pattern or some kind of price action. If you're looking into well, that was the wrong page, I guess it was, but Seasonality, I'm not affiliated by these ones, but I want to look into this chart. If you're looking into dollar index seasonal pattern for the past 49 years, dollars tends to, not always, tends to sometimes strengthen in January, sideways in February, strengthens in March, and falls in April, and around June, July tends to fall again. Okay, so if we take this very strong seasonal pattern here, coming into euro dollar at around the end of this year, the beginning of this year, we have here. This is first. Okay, not first. Here's first. Around here. So around this area, you're then looking to sell the euro dollar because dollar is supposed to be strong in this time. And in April, you're supposed to look for buys in this area. And if you were blindly, just because of this, and you were no emotions in it, you had proper risk management, proper everything, and you're like, I'm just going to sell it because it's the seasonal part. you could say that you might have got up to maybe up to 600 pips for that entire order. And then for this one, you might until now be around 500 pips in profit, or what I did 350 in this area, and then I messed up in between. That's kind of down to me. But if you're then, if I'm telling you then there is seasonality to market, it happens every year. Why is this happening every year? Because of a structural thing called taxes. We all hate it. We all like it. We all love taxes. Every year when we go to pay taxes, we love the tax man. And this also comes into business, comes into investment firms. They need to take profit so they can show to their clients that, hey, look at what we had. Look what we did this year. The other one is, look at the tax man is, yeah, when we made money this year to our clients, then we have to pay you as well. Okay, those goes together. Now, this also tends to go over into the markets because they have to take home their money. They have to start rebalancing, taking profit of their good trades, reduce their mandates. Also, every firm has a mandate of how much they're supposed to be holding of each asset, maybe 5% maximally. So if you have Tesla that skyrocketed, they need to reduce their position down to 5% or whatever it was. The same thing with dollar, the same thing with euro holdings, and so forth. So if we say almost every year we should sell the dollar around New Year's, did that happen? Has that happened ever before? Is that just a 2021 thing? No. 2020, 2020, 2020. That happened in 2020. So that's 2 years in a row. Okay. Do we get any better? 2019, around beginning of the year. Yeah. Okay, that's not the beginning of the year. That's the beginning of the year. So somewhere here. Yeah, fairly top, a fair top. That's great. So that's like 3.5 in a row. And then this one is the opposite. Okay. So we have 3.5 out of 5 years that it went with us. I would call that significantly okay. It's only a trading plan. It's only what you can tell, what I can tell you guys that look for that. It doesn't tell you to sell it, whatever, blindly, go mayhem, go one big lot. No, it just tells you that's where you should look. And if I can then tell you that if you're looking into this seasonality pattern for DXY for June, when is June? That's coming up in 5 days. Is that interesting to you? Would that be interesting to you that you would be looking into the what is going to happen in the next 5 days? If we then tend to look into, that's kind of a euro dollar. If you're looking into June, and June, beginning of June tends to have a fairly strong trend into the beginning of it. And if we're then looking into what happened last year around June, we had a fairly strong market coming into June. Does that happen every year? Probably not. And there is some years it doesn't go as much. Okay, cool. June. This is June. Another year it goes, I don't know, how much is it? 200 pips there, and I get 500 pips there. Okay, that is my general idea for you. And that is kind of my secret, because what is happening right now, what can we call it? We can call it rebalancing, or end of the season, or now we're going into summer holiday, so we take off our risky positions, goes into more safer positions, which is gold, and just leaving the market, take off the cash, and go to Bahamas and drink drinks and enjoy the world that you haven't seen for the past 6 months. Of course, COVID related. Could euro break this zone? Will euro dollar break this zone? I don't know which zone you're talking about, because euro has already broken higher from the current high, and where we are the higher high. And if you're thinking, is this going to go lower? Is this going to go higher? I just showed you that technically, no, seasonality wise, it tends to go higher pretty strongly, either 200 to 500 pips for the past 2 years, am I going to be brave and say, I want to short this one? Is that the most? So your Forex guru tells you you're supposed to be buying it. Should you be making sell plans then? Probably not. Is this a good buy zone? Not really. It's a higher high, and you probably should wait for it to come down to 22 something, and I will look into the price soon. But I believe we're going to go higher based upon that. And then you can look into what are we doing right now? What is the current trend? Is it bearish? Is it bullish? Does it agree with us? Does it not agree with us? The market agrees with us. Technically, we're still bullish. Well, I can see higher highs and higher lows in this chart. My indicators on the EMAs, for another example, the 200 is higher, the 55 is higher, and the 21 is higher. So everyone is like, I'm going higher. All right. What about Euro Yen? The same applies, Junior. Can't see what John Kirky says. Can you please something? Can you explain? Please explain. I mean, yes, you explained very well, and I get the point of using Seasonality. Thank you, John Kirky. Alex, sorry. So I will then, based upon that, use June as my bullish higher. What is that Seasonality talking about July? I know you heard it before, Alex, but I think the market's gonna die. The volatility is gonna die. We're not going to have too much trading opportunities. It's going to be slow. It's going to be boring. It might be trending halfway. Some years it was trending very well, like last year. Some years it went lower, generally speaking, in a range of 200 pips. I don't know if that's going to happen this year, but I just know that until the Fed meeting, that's the volatility. Until Fed meeting of 16th of June, we're done. You want to look us into gold. Okay, can we just look into gold seasonality then? Is that okay? This one, look into this. So gold tends to rise rapidly in the beginning and make a bottom of the year mid-June. Okay. Beginning of the year, no, beginning of the month, June is very important. Aha! Okay, we are higher. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, that works out then. We're still reaching higher. And is 1900 a key level for you? Short term, long term, all the terms? Yeah, it should be. It definitely should be. So I didn't take that away. So is 1900 important for you? Yes, it is. Is the weekly target of 1920 important for you? Yes, it is. Now, I don't know what we're going to do next and where we're going to have resistance. But what if the best opportunity for you so far is to follow the trend, hold your positions as long as you can, as long as the trend is still making higher highs and higher lows, which we are at the moment. I have absolutely no trouble of just holding it until we reach whatever trend top, and then we will fall. And then if we now make a low, come back down to June 8th, 10th, or whatever, and then higher, I am definitely joining that train. This train's a bit high at the moment. It can be the train that we are supposed to be in, so we are supposed to make trade plans and engage in that if you're into that kind of a thing. But I'm also waiting for that one as a plan B. So I'm not going to drain my account in this move when I think this move is way more important. So currently for gold, I think we need to have, a higher high. Cool. Then we have to have a pullback and we can continue higher. And either 1900 or 1920 is probably some targets you can look into for your shorter term trades. But if you're going to be with me in for the long run, we're going to hope for plan A working out, no pullbacks on 8th, then sky's the limit at the moment. Thank you, Reman. Great. Look at gold blank. What? Here we are at gold. Is there anyone who want to sell this one? I know for a fact some of you guys want to sell this one. So I want to advocate for you guys. I want to give you guys patience. Have patience. There you go. No. Know your markets. Nick all just talked about you need to know, talk about patience, you know? I talk about patience too. You need to be patient. And if this is a market you're going to sell in, if your dollar currently, you're thinking, oh, it's hits profit for today, let's sell it. No, my brother, sister, we don't just sell random stuff, random things, random ways. We need to have some kind of system, some kind of rules, some kind of tangible things that would make us systematically in our trading. And currently, you cannot sell this one. I'm not going to be a party pooper. I'm just trying to be the best opinion for you to listen to, the most reasonable one for you. And then once this goes lower, I'm going to be your advocate. I'm going to fight for your opinion if this was technically bearish. Okay. I might disagree with you, but I will fight for your opinion. I think that's Voltaire, something like that, something around there. You're thinking of buying pound dollar on M2. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we have already been there though, been there, done that. So my opinion there is that we have already been there. I don't like it going down there again. It shows weakness. It doesn't show strength. So until we make a higher high, I am confused. I am paused. I'm kind of a paused here. Is there a pause button here somewhere? Pause button. Gold, pound Swissy, and pound New Zealand. USD is going down. Economic calendar forecast was negative. Is this reliable? Kevin D. Clark. Let me talk about that. Your view, sorry to say this, I'm too blunt with you, is short term. Have a longer term picture, okay? You as a trader, the market as a market wasn't made in one day. Your mother was carrying you in the womb for 9 months, right? It took some time to create this perfect human being. The market and the direction of the market, the general market trend takes a long time to develop, takes a long time to develop and show itself and continue in its direction it's supposed to be going in, okay? So even though you're seeing the news today is dollar bearish, dollar bullish, what is that all about? Hear me out. The day-to-day volatility events called news events is actually events for trends for market to push the market into the right direction. If it's against it, might have a pause, might have a lower low, but it will soon resume again. Even though we make a double top here or triple top here, make a lower low, I'm still going to be bullish on this one. I'm still waiting for this one to go higher. I'll still wait for the bullish trend. So like if a nasty number comes out now, market crashes, 100 pips, everything is red, everything is just collapsing, all my stop losses are gone, I will still look for dollar bullishness because overall, the central banking policy, which is my guiding pin, didn't change because of a bad CPI or a bad NFP or a bad retail sales or a bad something else. All right? Take the economic calendar with a pinch of salt, take it to an advantage, not your disadvantage, and use it for something positive. It's not a negative thing, but don't be overly focused on the economic calendar and what is going to happen. Because if somebody speaks, a Senate, Fed chairman, Fed whatever, central banking chairman of RBA, of RMBZ, or whoever, they normally just say what they've always been saying. But you will know if they said something different. So I'm not worried about those speeches. I'm not worried about those high impact events. I want them to be there so I can get my pricing direction. Are you a full-time trader? Yes, I am. I have definitely stuck on the trend and it's winning. Thank you for advice. So for me, I think you guys need to be more longer term viewed and point out, for example, what is the most important news events for June. You can already start pinpointing them on your calendar, and then we'll look for those and be like, cool. Those are my guiding pins. The guiding pins you're supposed to look for is in the central banking policy statement. Nothing else. Nowhere else. CAD Yen, please. We need to go to CAD Yen. Okay. Some dog sounds out of me right now. It's like, well, why are you falling, bro? We're supposed to go high. So I guess it's an opportunity to look for buy opportunities in this area. We're still above the M2. We're still making higher lows. We're still, we're still doing that kind of a thing. We're still hovering around some kind of small range. I don't know what this is all about, and I'm gonna call CAD because this is not appropriate price action, bro. Okay, so we made a high, and we're kind of breaking it now, but we're still holding these ones. Whoops! Whoa! We're still holding these lows. Okay, cool. Until then, cool. I think it's gonna go higher. What would the target be, you might ask? Well, around 91, give or take some change. But other than that, it is what it is. And, sometimes the market is slower because it's been absolutely strong out of the gates, out of when the Bank of Canada said we're going to increase interest rates a bit earlier than expected. What else? Where else? Yeah, so it's fairly straightforward. And stop loss probably below 89, 70. And if it goes below there, then it's probably more range bound or turning bearish. So I will be happy about that. You're still new, Kevin. Cool. Do not worry about that. What do you think are the best indicators? As little as possible. I had a row this morning, and I said that stochastics has no value, and then I said the reason why stochastics doesn't have any value to me is because, one, it doesn't predict the future. Two, it doesn't tell anything about price action so far, and it doesn't determine where the price is going to go, or it doesn't move the price. So I am only using pivot points because it tells me something about the future. It tells me about the future potential target for this current asset. Until then, I wouldn't have used. I would just have used price action, and price action currently tells me we're currently bullish, currently a bit, ish sideways. But until after that, I can still point out that I would put my stop loss down below those lows here, or 50 pips. 50 pips, yeah. So around the same price actually. So I would not use RSI. I'm not using MACD. I'm not using stochastic. I'm not using, moving averages, maybe. Don't let them fool you. Trend lines is a no. No, don't use trend lines. Well, it's up to you, but I wouldn't. Why? Because it fools your brain. It fools your eyes to taking trades you should not take. And you're the only one with those trend lines in this entire world, and you're the only one seeing it. Therefore, the market doesn't see it. Let's see, this is a trend line. You're thinking, oh, I'm going to buy here, and you're buying here, and then that was the end of it. And then you're seeing a trend line here. I'm going to be buying here, and that's probably when it fails. Whenever you start feeling like, this market, this is amazing market, it's going to go with me. I'm going to be an amazing trader here. Let's take this one, for example. So it goes higher, very strong market. It breaks. It doesn't go bearish, by the way. It just goes into a different slope. And how would you know that one there when it broke your trend line? So that's just my small opinion. And I'm trying to make your chart as easy as possible, straightforward as possible. And trend lines messes up my brain. I'm sorry if it doesn't to you, but it just makes me worried, confused, takes bad entries, bad trades, whatsoever. So that's kind of me. Yeah. Gold come back and take support. What's the best scalping strategy for gold short term? Dalenka, I think that gold short term trading is one of the more dangerous strategies out there. Gold is very volatile. It's very quote unquote manipulative, and it can fall 100 pips and still go up. And there you are stopped out, like all your stop loss is stopped out because you're on lower time frame, you're scalping, and then it goes higher. So I have a couple of tips for you. New York is the most volatile trading times, New York session, and before London, so pre-London, tends to have a low if you're a bullish trend. So those are the times that you might be wanting to, but New York has the most volatility, probably the best time to scalp it, but I wouldn't, under any circumstances, advise you to talk positively about. And I would rather, if you can hold with me a trade for 500 pips or more for the next 2 weeks, I would be happy to do that. And if you're a scalper, you want to be in and out very fast, that's how you do things, cool. But look for support at around pre-London then. I have it. What do you think about NASDAQ? I've been holding from 13.096. Took a trade on double bottom. Looks to hold. What do you think? Great. Do you look for divergence? No, I don't. Any thoughts on it? I guess for some, I'm only speaking my truth. Just as Gary speaks his truth, I'm talking my truth. And my truth is, I tried, I lost, and I didn't find profitability in it. So for me, I cannot advocate for something I didn't find profitability in. That's all. So there might be out there some other YouTubers might find it amazing trades with divergence. I might take them same because divergence is basically telling you that the market is slowing down without it actually showing in the price, and then it all of a sudden just drops. But I already know that was a take profit zone. I already know that I need a pullback to sell that thing, and I probably would take the same trade anyways. Divergence doesn't fool me. Divergence doesn't leave without me. If I was on the same clue train, it's just a different layer of explaining the same market. But if I can tell you guys I'm looking for this one to fall, cool. Any pullbacks is great. If I can add my pivot points to this one, just this would be a great place to start selling off. And it hasn't come to the target yet, cool. But you haven't made a higher high yet, so you're still, very good to the downside. Is this another sell point? Probably, but I would wait for London Open tomorrow. Just for, seasonality and, stuff, how I do things. And yeah, 120, by the way, is a big psychological level. So it might bounce up here because it's 120. So don't play with fire. And if it goes higher, don't chase it. Just leave it alone if you're a seller and wait for it to come back down again. Hey, man, can we take a look at Aussie New Zealand? I'm looking to go long at the level as at right now. You think USD CAD will hold the last line of defense? I don't think so. No, I don't. There's a difference here in my communication. There's two things I want to say. Yes, I see the level. I see 120. My eye sees it. My bias says it's going to go lower, but I can't be, what do you call it? I can't be away from it and say, oh, well, this is going to go lower because it has to go lower. I respect this is 120. I understand it's 120. So I believe it's going to go lower. But if it goes higher, I'm not going to chase it. I'm not going to be adding shorts to this one. I'm just going to be taking a step back. What time frame would you accept a reversal if it's true? 4 hour or 1 hour? More 4 hour than 1 hour. Need my sugar. What else? So somebody asked for Australia, New Zealand. I am conflicted on those crosses. I don't know fundamentally where this is going to go. I don't know seasonality-wise how this is going to go. It's purely a Ferrari against a Ferrari. I don't know who's going to win. Depends on the driver. Depends how fast he can put a pedal to the metal and just go fast as he can down the highway. But if I can find you a Lada against a Ferrari, I know who's going to win. You know, dollar is weak, dollar is the Lada at the moment. Australian dollar is the Ferrari, and New Zealand dollar is the Ferrari. But if you take the Ferrari against the Ferrari, I'm not saying stupid actions become stupid results, but it's kind of like, bro, do you really want yourself so much trouble? Do you really want yourself so much unnecessary? And here we are. So if I was to trade this thing, we have a range here of 90 pips. It has gone absolutely nowhere for the month of May. Can we accept that not all trading pairs are there to be traded? That this is only for commercials, only for businesses that trades between Australia and New Zealand on a commercial level to pay for their goods? That this is not necessarily something we as traders, who are supposed to find trends, supposed to make good financial decisions, supposed to make good trade plans, that this is kind of nonsense. So yeah. Can anyone tell me how many people we have right now live together? Absolutely no clue how many we are. Can someone tell me how many we are? That would be great, so I can talk to every single one of you. Sometimes it's just interesting and fun to know. What do you think of, so Australian dollar, New Zealand, I have already left it in my brain. I don't know if I want to spend any more brain capacity. I'm sorry if I'm too aggressive on this one, or too aggressive in my talking. Maybe. But I want you guys to win. And if you gave me a chart of this one, and you said you want to win, why are you putting chain link on your feet? All right, 74, 75, 77, cool. Sandeep, welcome very much. So please don't put chain link on your feet and trip and trample and say you fell. Australian dollar CAD, kind of the same thing, not as much, but kind of the same thing. That it's supposed, you know. So currently you have a downtrend. Cool. Look for the short it then, and whatever. If you feel like this is a good trade for you, cool. You haven't gone to M3 as of yet. Came up to central. You're probably break even by now. Cool. Good trade plan around 93.50 and a half. Yeah, cool. Then you'll think for lower side. If it goes higher, then it's kind of, don't shoot me, by the way. Yeah. What about oil? So you guys are shooting a lot of pairs right now. Okay, so this is interesting. I need to collect my brain right now. And somebody asked about pound Swissy, I know. Okay, no. This was the buy, and this is no buy. I am only buying this one. So cool. If you were a seller, if you sold it up here, great, congratulations. Good on you. You're looking for target around 126.30. Good on you. Until then, adios, amigos. Swissy is very strong at the moment. Pound is supposed to be strong, so this is a Ferrari against a Ferrari, Ferrari against Ferrari. That equals not me. I'm out of here. Equals 0. Okay. So that's kind of what you get, kind of range bound. But this should have gone higher. So, in my brain, it should have gone higher. Can you tell me how to get profits on gold? Okay, that's interesting. You enter a position, you hope for the best, and see how it goes. No. If you have tried on demo first, that would probably help my heart a bit more. You then also need to have a strategy, test it out, failed a lot until you have found profitability on gold. Okay. You are thinking, what up, Mike? Let's go higher then. Well, just very shortly, you know, this is currently higher, has a higher high. You then go for support, go for support, go for support, go for support. Wherever price is going down, whatever price is coming down, you take it higher. Now your account might not tolerate that, then you might not buy it. Okay? choose assets and trading currencies or commodities after your ability to hold them, not because your eyes says this looks amazing. So yeah, look for some kind of buys and put a stop loss somewhere and hope for the best. The reason why I give you a so funny answer is because, can you ask me instead, what is the road to success? What does it take to get successful? What do I need to do to accomplish profitability? Not how do you get profits. I don't control the profits. I control your system. You control your system. I don't control your profits. That's the market. That's totally out of my control. Do you think demo account for 1 year is okay? Dunkirky, absolutely amazing. Good on you. Good on you. Do you think we will not see any drop for gold soon? It's totally possible. Anything is possible. But what is your trade plan? What is your belief? What is your bias? My bias is higher until it goes bearish. And until it's below 1850, it's still bullish. So yeah, cool. So yes, absolutely. Gold can fall as any price, as anything can happen anytime. But I'm not selling it for that matter. Do you have a video showing how to set up your wing pivots? DJ Wood, I am in the process of it. Probably this week, probably said it last week as well, but I'm busy. So if you ask Trinik if he can make a video about it, he might also have a lot of trouble with it. I will try my best. Okay. I had a vacation this weekend. I didn't take vacation. I worked off. I gave you guys a video, weekly forecast, and here I am. So I will try my best. Okay. I haven't done demo account for 1 year yet, and I'm currently using demo accounts for 7 to 8 months. Yeah, don't be ashamed about that. That's totally okay, totally cool, and I applaud you for doing that. All right. What is the other pair that was asked for? So we have gold. We've done that a couple million times right now. Then we should have Australian dollar. Cool. Gold, yes. Pound Swissy. We are done pound Swissy. Great. And yeah. So if you guys understood what I talked about earlier today, this seasonality, that is what saved me. What does it need for your trading? I don't know. That's kind of up to you to test it out. I'm only here for education. I'm only here for knowledge. You test it out. You come back to me. What is your result? Compare the notes with me. Did you find profitability? Yes or no? And if it helped you, yes or no? Because sometimes the worst part is, where's the price going to go? Is it up? Is it down? I don't know. But at least that can give you some kind of direction, and you are a bit happier at least. Australian dollar, US dollar, I have already bought it down. Whoops, let's take everything away. Bought it down here. Thinking of buying it here again and hoping it to go higher. And as Nick said, he wanted to wait for it. I've already bought it, so let's see. As long as it's above 77, I'm good to go. And my stop loss is down here somewhere. What is your trading plan in currencies? What make you trade Confluence you use? Okay, so this might be new news, old news. Maybe this is not news to anyone. I trade Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Euro, Pound, and Dollar, Yen, Swissy, not so much, but mostly Dollar and Yen against those currencies. Not in between, but against. The reason why is because dollar is the reserve currency of the world. And dollar and yen is the biggest economies in the world. They're the big brothers in the world. That's where everyone runs to when everything goes bad, everything is crashing. look at how COVID happened with the market, what happened in the market in COVID. Market crashes, dollar goes up. Australia goes down, Canada goes down, New Zealand goes down, euro goes down, pound goes down. Now, when everything is flipped on the other side, all these ones goes up, dollar pairs goes down, dollar yen pairs goes, dollar and yen goes down. So it's, if you have fractions, it's like they work against each other, so it becomes amazing value. But if you trade dollar against the yen, it becomes range bound or sideways, or is Ferrari against Ferrari again, right? So I wouldn't do it. That's how I find my Confluence kind of a thing. Yeah. I took a short at 1886, but unfortunately it rocks it. What should I do? You shouldn't have sold it. It's not technically bearish. You need to go through your trading plan. You need to go through your trading strategy. You need to go through why on the living earth did I enter that sell? How can I not do it again? And how can I wait for a sell setup? Okay, maybe look to some euros and say, this is when, well, look to some videos where they talk about when is it trend bearish, when it's a reversal, and all those things. Then you can start looking for sells. You can have an idea to sell gold, totally okay, totally fine, but you need to have technical analysis. Okay, currently oil, gold is set fundamentally to go higher. So if you are going to sell gold, sell oil, you are currently fighting the big boys, the big banks, the ones that has billions of dollars. If you want to do that, cool. I don't have those money. I can't fight them. So I just go with them instead. Do you trade gold? Yeah, sometimes I do. Yeah. So what should you do? Go through trading plans, go through trading strategy, go through what led me to selling it against the trend, against what I've been told, against kind of everything at the moment. So yeah, you need to maybe write down the trade plans, maybe send me your trading strategy, your trading plan before you take it. I can review it. If that's what you want to do, cool. That's all cool by me. Take me a couple of minutes to look at it. But other than that, you need to have a lower highs before you can sell it. And I said 1850 has to break 1850 before it's bearish again. Okay, down here, not up here. Pound yen. Finally, someone came to my rescue and asked for my favorite pair that's currently range bound. Okay, currently. Oops, currently we are range bound. Okay. Currently, no new highs. Interesting, fair enough. But then, what do we do now? Is this a buy opportunity? Well, is it? Yeah, I would say so. Yes, I would say so. From where can I learn those? I guess Seasonality has some kind of. This channel has some. I have some on my channel as well. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Sorry, but I have support and resistance reversal videos. Cool, and also googling around support and resistance trends, reversal of trends, and see. Tape them out, put them on the wall, take screenshots of it, put it into a Word document, put in a Word document. I don't know if you guys have that, a document where it says dream trades of the best trades you ever took, of trades that you said, wow, I was amazing. I followed my trade plan. I followed the structure. I made some money, probably, most likely. And you were like, this is where I'm supposed to look for every day. And you wait for that to happen every single day. And if you don't get it, you leave it alone. Okay, so that's kind of what I can say about that. What don't you trade? I do not trade Aussie dollar, Australia dollar, Canadian dollar, New Zealand dollar, euro, pound against each other. Euro, pound, Aussie, New Zealand, Aussie CAD, don't think no, because they tend to not move. I want to trade Ferrari against a Fiat, not Ferrari against Ferrari. I don't want to be beaten. I want to win. I haven't got any channel that teaches 0 to advance. What should I do? YouTube. This channel, other channels, I've just said what you should look for: trends, support and resistance, market structure, reversal of trends. That is technically everything you need to know. Become expert. Read a lot of, look a lot of videos on it. Take notes. Take notes. Take notes. Do the work. Do the grind. You have the knowledge. I don't. That's how you learn yourself. That's the only way you can do it. Okay, so there's some of us have YouTube videos on that. That's how you cool, but you need to do work so you become the knowledge person. You need to tell me what you think. You need to tell me what you think is going to happen. You are the expert, not me. I can tell you how to become an expert, but if you don't try to become the expert, there's no point of me teaching you how to do it. So yeah, what was the next one? Was like pound yen. So I'm looking for a higher high, higher low. I'm not having that at the moment. I'm pretty discouraged at the moment. So I am muted, muted, a bit muted at the moment, a bit sad. Me and, my cakes are not happy at the moment. And I want to go higher. So I will wait for that to happen. If it doesn't happen, I won't take it. If I have an order already, I would still be in it because my stop loss should be down here, below the previous low. And I should just be waiting. And I shouldn't be bothering that trade at all. So you guys are saying good answers. Thank you. I want you guys to do the work. I can't do it for you because I can't make you trade. If I die tomorrow, what will you do? At least I have given the legacy away from me and said, you need to do the work. You need to understand. You need to ask me questions. I will guide you. I will tell you for free, by the way, what you should do. You do the work. You are the hero in your own story. I was just a guy that you mentioned, that you saw one day in 25th of May 2021. In 2023, in 50 years, 20 years, when we are still trading together, you're still saying, thank you for that advice, Eivind. You told me to become the expert, and sure you did. The other thing you need to do is, when you get to education, do you wait for the teacher to tell you what to do, or do you do your homework yourself? Or do you try to find homework to do that will make you the expert, whatever you're doing? And that kind of thing, as far as I remember, you are given homework by teachers. You're given, they're guiding you, they're helping you, they're crying with you, they are supporting you, and that's what we're doing here. I'm looking for short side on USD Yen, but still, bros, it's a range. So you do you, I do me. I would rather be in this kind of a trend where I buy here, and the rest is history. Okay, buy here, and the rest is history. Did I say to you that to you guys before this week? I don't know, but at least on New Zealand dollar, I did. Euro, the same thing. I think this is the trade that Trade Nick did. Perfect trade, amazing trade. Mwah. Magnificent, already at target. Yeah, that worries me a bit. That makes it maybe come down again so we can go higher again. Do you think crypto trading has decreased volatility in the Forex market? Oh, that's interesting. It has decreased the bullishness of gold, that's for sure. But Forex market, no, I don't think so. I think that whatever crypto is doing is just adding money to the market. And if it wasn't going to, if there's more money coming into euro dollar, it's not going to be increased volatility. It's going to be decreased volatility. The more traders in the market, the more liquid it is, the slower it will be. The less traders there will be. I don't know if you watch news sometimes. When there is news, there is increased volatility. Price goes up and down in all directions because the big banks has left the building, lead you to doing whatever you want to do. Okay, that's why you don't trade news, because the randomness increases, and it's already hit target by on the week already. So why should I be in? It's a market I should have been taking profit on. Why am I risking my hard-earned money on randomness? Why is the market not moving? I don't know which market you're looking at, but I I'm all in profit on except pound. I'm in profit on all my trades except pound. So one minus. So market is definitely moving. This one moved good on gold, 80 pips today. Like, why shouldn't 87 pips in the past 2 days? Cool. This is moving, definitely. Do you trade stocks or indices? Personally, my personal opinion, not trading wise, not financial wise whatsoever, I only buy indices privately and hold it as long as I can. As long as my kids are alive, I don't have kids. As long as my kids are going to be born one day, and I'm holding for the next 20 to 45, 50 years. Say the structure of the financial markets are the stock market is supposed to go higher, so I'll just buy as long as it's still up. Probably buying higher highs at the moment, but who am I to care? There will be a low somewhere this summer anyways, so I will just buy every month as much as in a regular pace. Nothing. I don't care if it goes up or down. I like it to go up, but I won't care if it goes down. So buy and hold kind of is my strategy more than anything else. Yeah. Gold again, people, still a higher high, still coming a bit down, but I think that's just a buy opportunity for tomorrow. So if you're a gold trader and you're thinking, wow, this is amazing, okay, cool, then you do that. But if you want to sell it, no. Do you think gold will go to 1900? Yeah, sure. I even think 2000. That's my personal goal. 2000 is my personal goal. And if you guys don't like that, that's cool. I won't tell 3000. But yeah, we shall see if it does. If it doesn't, I will be happy to. Hello, Nick.
Hi, I showed up for gold. Of course, yeah, that's what everybody wants in the chat. Ivan, yeah, this was great. Thanks so much for your analysis today, man.
You're welcome.
I've been having so many people are like, hey, where do I find Ivan? I feel like I've been sending more people to your channel than ever. But tell the people, for maybe who's newer in the audience, where they can find you and keep up with you more than just once a week.
You go to this thing called YouTube, and you go to this channel called Eivindfx.
There it is. Awesome. You guys, he goes live throughout the week as well, not just on our channel, but on his. He shares all sorts of great stuff. Check out Eivindfx. Sometimes the people don't see the D, so it's Eivind, not Ivan. I keep seeing people call you Ivan. I'm like, it's Eivind. Get it right.
That's how I'm supposed to say it.
I know. Yeah, so check him out on YouTube, guys, for sure. Very, very worth your time. Thank you so much, Ivan, for coming on today and doing some more analysis with us. And we'll see you back next week.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, with that said, you guys, I've got something I got to talk to you guys about just in a minute on the other channel, on my channel. I'm going to be going live for a bonus stream today, which is going to be a little bit interesting. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the analysis with Ivan. It's always a pleasure to have him on. We really like his style of trading, and his way on camera is really fun for everybody. So big thank you in the chat to Ivan for coming on and sharing his content. So with that said, you guys, thanks so much for being on this show. We've got more stuff coming throughout the day, so stay with us, and we'll be back with more later.